Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the newest episode of Optimism on the Rocks. I'm Derek.
And I'm Myria.
Perfect. So today we're just going to be talking a nice breezy episode, talking about our favorite things.
Yeah.
Or, well, we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens, but yeah.
It's kind of another random episode where we just thought, keep it a little light.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't have to talk about conspiracy theories every episode, or even though we want to.
We probably do.
We were just working on a bit of a lineup for some future episodes, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, today will be kind of light. We'll just kind of talk about our favorite things, and in the comments, if you want to share some of your favorite things we've talked about, that would be really cool because we love to know that.
And if you're looking for more conspiracies, they're coming. Don't worry. We've got some good stuff coming up.
Oh yeah, we do. So today's cocktail is I'm going to come up with a better name when I post a picture. It's pretty cute. It's pink, so obviously I love it. Actually, it's pink and green. Cheers. How nice is that?
That's...
Again, the same thing happened because the cups are too full.
Yeah.
There was no cheers sound. But it has cucumber, lychee juice, which is my favorite, frozen blueberries to kind of like blue it up a bit. There's a bunch of blueberries at the bottom. And gin. A cucumber gin from Black Fox, which is great. And it's cute. So that's all that matters. Did you try it?
Yeah, I did. It's good. Yeah. And yeah, Black Fox is local to here, right?
Yeah, just outside of the city.
Yeah.
So that one's a good one. There wasn't a lot left in that bottle, so obviously it was good.
Yeah. I know I often have their Haskamp gin, which is very good as well.
Yeah, their Haskamp gin is very good. That one's definitely gone. I got that at
Christmas.
Okay, so you want to get into it?
Sure. I thought because you had been bringing up my watches previously, this watch is not very fancy, but it's a swatch, but it is a representation of my favorite painting.
I love it.
Which is, the painting is René Magritte's The Treachery of Images.
Amazing.
But it's a pipe, but it's not a pipe. And that is literally what that's literally what the whole picture is about, and it's great. I encourage you to look it up.
I'll share a photo of it.
Yeah.
I'll put it on the gram.
But it even says "Ceci n'est pas un pipe," which is what it says on the painting as well. Which means this is not a pipe.
Yeah.
But it is a pipe. That's why I like it.
How philosophical.
It's very philosophical. That's why I don't know. That's why I saw it in Chicago when I was there. And
that's where you got it.
Yeah. No, I bought this watch just a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you got
because
it.
I was in the swatch store and I was like, I have to buy this. This is perfect. So.
I think it's nice.
Yeah, I love it.
We should have taken a picture of every episode's watch. Maybe I can zoom in or something.
I'm sure I can figure it out, but I still think I haven't repeated one yet. So.
Is this your favorite watch?
I wouldn't. No, it's definitely not my favorite watch, but I think it is one of those things that I saw it and was like, I just had to get it because, I mean, in the realm of watches, it was very cheap, and it's
like $40 or something.
Sure, yeah, 40 is the number that it was. I mean, it was like $120, but in the realm of watches to buy, that is not terribly expensive. So
no, for sure. What is your favorite watch?
My favorite that exists or that I have. I own a Longines Zulu Time, which is a very nice watch.
Okay. And what's your favorite watch of all time? If you could have any watch.
I mean, that's a tough question. I don't know. I don't have a... Yeah, you put me on the spot there.
Sorry, it wasn't on the list.
It's probably... I mean, probably it's a Long and Zona, but I would... Just because, their movements are really cool looking. And you generally get a display back on them. And you can actually, look at it. And it's super... Very, very highly detailed. But, yeah, it's...
Okay.
Well out of the realm of possibilities.
That's your dream watch. It's your favorite.
Exactly.
You can have favorites that you don't actually have. Okay. Are you ready for the first favorite?
I'm ready.
What's your favorite childhood toy?
Well, I mean, I personally grew up with Ninja Turtles. I had so many Ninja Turtles.
Action figures?
Yeah, action figures.
Ooh.
I don't know. I mean, that counts as childhood toys. Like, I had tons growing up. I had the full, like, Technodrome thing. It was great.
I don't know what that is.
It's like the bad guy's evil, like, layer set. But I'm sure it was very expensive. Man, I can't even imagine, like, looking back at it now, is like, man, for knowing the socioeconomic status I grew up in, the fact that I had all the toys I had is crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe they cost a lot less, though.
I mean, they definitely would have than they do now, for sure. But
yeah, it's crazy when you see how much a Lego set or, like, even Barbies now are so expensive.
yeah, like,
It's
Lego
crazy.
was my brother's thing. And
Oh,
he had tons and tons of sets of
Yeah.
Lego. And yeah, I mean, he would, like, have, like, a couple tables in the basement that he would just, like, build stuff on, like,
That's
all the
awesome.
time. It was, yeah, he was really into it. I like Legos as well, but I was never as into it as he was.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I also remember, like, even younger, I remember having, like, one of the Teddy Ruxpins that had, like, the cassette player in it, and it would,
I
like,
never had that.
oh yeah, it was great.
You're, like, reminding me of all these toys. I didn't have an answer until you were talking. I was trying to think while you were talking. I was like, something's going to spark something. The only thing that I can think of, and you're going to think I'm possibly a psychopath.
I mean, the
More
jury's
than
still
you
out.
already do. But my mom took me around to all of her friends to collect money to save up because we were going to Victoria so that I could buy something for myself. So she took me to all her friends and we, like, collected all these cans and I got all this money, and I don't remember how much it was. Probably like $100 at the time, or so, I don't know what it was. It was a lot of money for me. And when we went there, I bought the Aladdin doll and the Jasmine doll, the Barbie dolls. And obviously Aladdin, I love Aladdin. It's one of my favorite movies, which we could talk about later. But
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
so I got these Barbies and I was so excited to have them. I didn't want anyone to play with them. So, like, when we got back home, I buried them in the garden. Never to be found again.
That's crazy.
I worked so hard for those Barbies.
I mean, you're right. That story took a turn, man. It's like, I will love these forever, so I must bury them in the ground. I mean...
No one ever touched them, I'm sure.
Yeah, you're
Until we
correct.
moved.
So, like, did you, like, go dig them up and just
No.
like, look at my
No.
incredible Barbies
They're there forever.
back in your tomb.
I buried them, they gone.
Man, that sounds like some, like some medieval, like, king shit. Like, just like, bring me the subject. Keep them chained up so I can look at them. Only me.
Doesn't sound bad. Just kidding, I was kidding.
It's like, Jester, make me laugh again. He's failing. Kill him! Bury that one in the garden.
I don't even know who I thought was going to touch them.
Yeah.
It just was like, nope, I worked hard for this. They're not for sharing.
Even with myself.
Which is so sad because I would have really liked those toys.
I remember also being really into dinosaurs growing up. I remember, like, knowing all about dinosaurs and having a bunch of little plastic dinosaurs and stuff, but, you know, my knowledge of dinosaurs has dwindled.
It's gone now.
You know, I remember some things, but, you know, not... I remember knowing, like, everything about dinosaurs growing up and having, like, a bunch of toys with them and stuff, too.
I feel like that's, like, a stage a lot of boys go through.
I think
and
so.
I remember hearing a fact that if you like dinosaurs when you're a kid, you're probably pretty intelligent. So...
Well, I mean, there's a lot of long, complicated words. You know, you got to learn about tyrannosauruses and apatosauruses and ankylosauruses.
I just wanted Barbies. I feel like a lot of people can relate to having Barbies when you're young and seeing the Barbies where their hair grows back. It's like the fake one. I think, like, you pretend to cut their hair and then you pull their ponytail back out.
Oh.
But then all these kids grow up being like, oh, so we cut our Barbie's hair and it never grew back. I had a lot of those Barbies too. I'm not helping myself here. Next topic.
It's just like, yeah, I mean, it sounds like you had a lot of the weird Barbies.
I did, yeah. I sure did. And you know what, actually, my mom never bought me Barbies growing up. I'd get a lot of, like, trucks or toys or like, she just never did that.
Yeah.
So my first Barbie was when I went to a garage sale with like, I think it was like one of her friends. They were having a garage sale, so we walked to another one, and I got this little red container. I feel like you can still smell like the little, like the little old suitcases that kind of pop up.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I had little Barbies in there, and I bought all these Barbies for like my $5 or something. And I was like, look at all the Barbies I have, and they were all weird Barbies. Then after that, I got some normal ones, and then I buried some in the garden, and it's fine. Everything's fine. Just kidding.
Of course, when we say weird Barbie, we're talking about the movie. The weird Barbie from the movie.
Where they have like the cut hair and painted. And,
exactly.
You know, it's just like creativity Barbie.
Yeah. Weird Barbie.
Okay. I don't want to go in order, but maybe I should.
Let's see where it goes.
Okay, what's your favorite comfort food? There's like, today's the day it's been a day, I need a comfort food.
I mean...
Or maybe like a comfort food growing up. Something growing up that reminds you of just like, yeah, I think that's the question.
So probably I don't know if I call it a comfort food or anything, but one of my favorite things was like sweet and sour meatballs.
I was just going to say that.
It's so good.
That is so funny. I was just going to say my mom made the best sweet and sour meatballs.
My mom makes so incredible sweet and sour meatballs.
She's a meatball off.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Did you get like the rice beside it?
Oh, yeah, rice. And that was always the thing, too, because, my brother always liked like macaroni and cheese and stuff, which is like, I hate macaroni and cheese. I do not like it at all.
Not your comfort food.
So like, it was always this, this difficult problem that my mom had. It was like, that's not what I want for, if she's making something, she was making something for me. Yeah. It was something that like my brother probably didn't care about. And if she was making something for him, it was like something that I probably didn't care about. So it made it pretty frustrating, I assume, on her.
Does your brother eat eggs?
Oh, yeah. he loves deviled eggs. I was just like, this is awful. We have very different sensibilities when it comes to food.
That's actually really funny. This is bothering me. I do not like the flashing.
Oh, I thought it was fun.
Fun time's over.
No, this
just kidding.
This is serious business.
Serious favorite foods.
I love sweet and sour meatballs.
That was what I was going to say. It was between that or stew. My mom would make stew.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I think she would get lazy. Or, I don't want to say lazy, but maybe just lazy. And the beef chunks were like the size of meatballs. And then she would cut like a huge potato into like 4. And you're like eating this, and you have to like cut it up.
It's a stew. That's not. You're not to have a soup. A stew is going to be like a
size. I don't want a potato this big.
Yeah,
I want a 1-bite potato. No, that was not a good.
That's on the internet forever.
Like that one news anchor who was brushing her teeth.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not doing that.
I guess like, and then to be even more contrary even on my own self. Lasagna is also like one of my favorite things.
You love lasagna,
which is hilarious because I don't like pasta for the most part, but lasagna is great.
It's funny you say pasta.
I think
you might be the only Canadian who does.
But I don't know.
Pasta.
I know it's pasta here, but like pasta sounds better. I don't know.
What thinking about in the past? Do you say thinking about in the past?
I mean, sometimes when I'm feeling fancy.
Oh my god. Okay, what's some of your favorite smells?
Well, I mean, coffee for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, I mean, man, a bag of coffee beans. Oh, that smells awesome. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's a weird one.
Really?
I think so. I feel
like people people love coffee. I feel like that's pretty normal.
Yeah, I guess I just don't love coffee as much, so that wouldn't be one for me. Mine's like laundry. You know when you like walk by someone's house and they're doing laundry and that smell is like kind of coming from their house from the vents, that fresh laundry
nice
smell.
Nice fabric softener.
Yeah, I love little chemicals on my walk.
Just like I love dryer sheets and huff those at home.
I never thought about that.
I don't do that, kids. I actually don't know if it's bad for you, but it seems like it's probably bad.
Probably not good
it's probably bad.
Those things are super weird.
Yeah.
They're just like weird, like...
Yeah, it's this weird textured cloth that has a scent to it that does something to your clothes.
Yeah.
I don't know what it does.
But like you get we use dryer balls now, like those little ones or whatever. Yeah. It does the exact same thing. There's nothing
So I
didn't
don't like.
buy 'em all.
I don't know. Always felt because like when I still lived at home, like my mom used dryer balls too, and I always felt like my clothes were just still staticky and stuff. So like I've never like since I moved out, I always just used dryer sheets. But even in the winter, obviously everything's still
Maybe
staticky.
dryers have just changed so much.
Yeah,
Since we were young.
that could be too.
It was like only a few years ago, but it's fine. What's your favorite unusual fact?
I mean, did you give us your favorite smell? What,
Laundry.
That's it? Just laundry?
Okay, laundry, food,
Just any food.
any food. Popcorn. Someone made popcorn in the office last week, and then I found out. Were you there when this happened?
I mean, not really. I mean, there's just popcorn. You
The
can go make popcorn anytime you want.
So I was like, that smells good. I would love some microwave popcorn. So I went hunting through all the cupboards.
Yeah.
It did not exist because they had a popcorn party downstairs and popped all of the popcorn. So I went downstairs and ate the last little bit of crumbs from their bowl. Shout out, Kathleen.
See, that's funny because I like the smell of popcorn, but I don't actually like popcorn that much. So, like, when I go to movies, like, I'm not tempted by the popcorn, which is great. Because I like going to movies. Yeah.
Why don't you like popcorn? The texture?
I mean...
Or what is that?
It's actually so... I think the main reason I don't like popcorn is how much it costs at the movies. Of, like...
So you're just angry about the cost?
I am a pure value to enjoyment ratio kind of person.
Well, what about at home?
But it kind of, like, just carries over that I don't have that, like...
You're just mad about it.
I'm not mad about it. I just...
That'll get you.
Yeah. Well, but, like, obviously, theater popcorn is the good kind of popcorn. That's where it tastes the best, because they have, like... All the salt and whatever extra stuff they're adding in there. I mean, just popping some Orville Redenbachers at home, just kind of like, it's okay.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I just think that, buying it at the movie theater is where you'd want to enjoy the popcorn. Yeah. But I always found it was like, this is really expensive, and I just don't need it.
That. Yeah, I'm at the movies. I guess this is what it costs. This is what it is now. We bought an air popper to try to have healthier popcorn, and then you just melt a bunch of butter and put it on it. It's
so healthy.
It's probably better than microwave popcorn because like there's a bunch of chemicals and weird stuff on it. Yeah. A lot of processed stuff where it's just like butter and corn. Okay. But it's not as good because now it's like soggy. It's like, did someone already have this in their mouth? Then you put a bunch of dill pickle seasoning on it so you can't breathe because you take it's becomes stressful. And then you eat all the popcorn, and then maybe someone you're with isn't done their popcorn, and then you have to ask them for popcorn, and they don't give you any.
No, I don't understand.
I'm not upset about it at all.
What I don't understand is why they don't have all the like flavored popcorn that you have at like I don't know if this is like a worldwide thing, but like Kernels. Oh yeah. Like
they have like Popcornopolis in the States and stuff.
Exactly. Like just things. All those like the flavored popcorn stuff. I don't know why they don't have that at movie theaters too. Because like caramel corn, pouches. I love caramel corn.
Oh yeah.
Or like there's some like crazy flavors. I remember we got some from a couple places, and this is like I would probably pay more money for that than buttered popcorn. But the only thing they have at a movie theater is that like you could have some like bagged caramel corn, which you can just go buy at the store as well. And again, for half of the money, I think I just have a problem with how much things cost at movie theaters. You just get mad, which is hilarious because again, I go to a ton of movies.
Well, it would add up.
Yeah.
It's not like a one-time. Like, I don't go very often. The last movie I went to was Barbie, which was quite a while ago.
Exactly. So, if, like, you get popcorn every time you go to a movie, that's fine. If I go to get popcorn every time I go to a movie, I mean, that's going to go bankrupt. Get bankrupted for...
I keep eating this like a salad. Every time I take a sip, there's, like, chunks of cucumber in my mouth. I do love popcorn, and that's making me hungry for popcorn. Okay, favorite unusual fact. I actually don't have one, so...
Okay, I'll
think of one.
I have one, like, go-to trivia that, like, makes no sense that I think is very funny. So you know Mambo No. 5 and Lou Bega? Yeah. Where is Lou Bega from?
Madagascar. I don't know.
Well, just, like... If you just had to, like, throw out a guess, where would you, like, assume someone named Lou Bega, who's writing Mambo Number 5, is from?
I don't want to be racist. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you take this one.
So, if you guess Germany, you are correct.
Really?
Exactly.
Okay, no.
He is German.
That's so weird.
It's the weirdest thing ever.
It's an interesting last name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
But yeah,
Sure.
so that he was a German fellow who made Mambo Number 5.
Interesting.
So yeah,
That is an unusual fact.
It's very unusual. No one would ever assume that that's where Mambo Number 5 came from.
That was a good song. I forgot about it. I can't for the life of me think of an unusual fact. So I'm going to skip this one. I'll take a sip. Just kidding. Okay, guilty pleasures. What's your favorite guilty pleasure?
I don't know. You might have to start with this one. I'm not sure.
Okay, guilty pleasures. I mean, well, to be honest, I don't feel guilty.
I don't feel guilt, actually.
I don't feel guilty.
Everything I've ever done has been perfect.
But, like, why would I feel... Oh, I know. Okay. I love Score. I love Score chocolate bars.
Yeah.
But, which is fine.
I mean, Score chocolate bars are great.
It's when you get the Score bits to do baking with.
Uh-huh.
And then...
You just eat them?
And then you keep going back to that pantry and you turn into... Is it Gollum or... My precious. And I'm honestly like this. This is going to be like a whole episode of me.
Someone clip these things together. This is going to be great.
I will eat as much Score as I could fit in my mouth. And then I will be like, that's enough. And then I'll like leave the room. And then I'll be like, more Score, more Score, more Score. Until it's all gone. Then I do feel a bit of guilt because that's excessive. But also, I don't feel that much guilt because it was delicious. Mm-hmm. But that is an unnecessary amount.
I guess I have something which
like that.
Not like that.
A
Gollum-like thing, yeah. Where
it is Gollum, right?
Yeah, that's the right man. Yeah.
From the Lord of the Rings.
Schmeagol.
Oh.
Well, he's both Schmeagol and Gollum, so it's fine.
Okay.
I don't actually know that much about Lord of the Rings, but I do know that part.
That's the only part I know. Because I'm like, I know what I look like when I'm in there. Just scrounge into the back.
Something that I enjoy. I know you don't like it, but something that I think, I don't know if it's a guilty pleasure, but something that people might think is unusual that I enjoy it is ASMR stuff. Is like I love like going to sleep to that I'll just like throw on a video on YouTube or something. I'm not big into like the tapping, more into like speaking. Speaking or like rain sounds or like stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know if I'm not like guilty about it, but I just think people might think it's strange that I'm into that or.
Yeah, guilty pleasure is weird. It's like, why should you feel guilty?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it would be like.
It's just a strange.
Kind of the same, if you're really into, reality TV or something. Something that you're like, I shouldn't really like this, but I guess I'm really into it. Which I'm not. But
no.
I've never been into the reality TV
I've tried,
stuff.
but I'm just like, I'd rather know for sure that it's a fake story.
That's why I enjoyed like The Amazing Race is a good reality TV show. Yeah. Or I remember it only had like 2 seasons, but at the very beginning of reality, when reality TV was taking off, there was a show called The Mole.
Oh yeah.
And I thought that one was really good because it was like all of the tasks made sense, and it was just that you knew that someone in there was playing for the other team or like playing for the show.
So you just can't
to like minimum. So it's like you don't know who to trust. Whereas most shows is like, and all of this is fake. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you just never really know. It's like what's
being set up or like
what's just being cut to make everyone look as bad as possible.
Yeah. I started watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and so I watched the first season, and I actually really got into it, but then I did feel really bad. I was like, why am I wasting my time listening to these ridiculous, like, drama?
Yeah.
There's enough drama out there. I would rather know that, I don't know. So I stopped. But there's like 20 seasons or something ridiculous. I don't even know.
And like so many different like cities and all like
it's too much for me.
It's just like, how do all these people? Why do all these people keep hanging out with each other? Number one.
But they set them up. Like sometimes it's the first time they've met. Like they're just kind of part of this area. And they're like, these are your friends now. Meet for brunch and talk about the party last week. And what did that person do? I can't believe it.
I can't believe they would call you that. Oh. Did you hear what they said about this person?
Oh,
just like, I don't
you
care.
Have anything else to do?
Yeah.
It's so weird. Okay, what's your favorite travel destination? Somewhere you haven't been that you would want to go.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's tough. I want to go to like Australia or New Zealand. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Which one would you rather? I really want to go to New Zealand. I don't know if I want to go to Australia. Only because of the spiders.
The spiders are...
and the snakes and the...
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
New Zealand has like waterfalls and rainbows. That's what I've heard.
I mean, I would be down to go to both. I am also terrified of giant spiders, but we can get over that. But yeah, I would really want to go to New Zealand. I just figure if I was going, I would do both.
Yeah, because they're close.
Because I hate traveling, or I hate just being on planes. I hate any of that. So if I'm going, I would want to be there for a while.
Yeah, that's fair. Not just a mostly travel kind of thing, because that would be a long trip.
Yeah, and I feel like that would be just a ton of fun, and really laid back and just kind of do what you want.
I think it'd be a really cool trip. I would like that one. But my number one is New Orleans. New Orleans. How do you say it? Nolans?
Yeah.
Nolans.
Nolans.
I wanted to go so bad. And not even just for like I'm not into the whole collecting beads situation.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to the cemetery, and I want to do one of those like Everglade. Is it the Everglades not the Everglades? Is it the Everglades? Where you take one of those like boats,
the bayou.
Yes, and I want to hold the baby.
I think the Everglades are more in Florida.
Crocodile.
But there'll be alligators.
Alligators, yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to go on some of the tours and see those cemeteries and see the history. Maybe go to a voodoo shop and get a little voodoo person.
So here's the thing. I did go to New Orleans, and I'm sorry, New Orleans. It was awful. I hated it.
Why?
It was so hot. And it was dirty.
It'd be muggy there, I feel like.
Oh, it was not muggy. It was, you're getting mugged by the weather. It's just punch you in the face. I mean, to be fair, I was also there for some kind of work purposes, but we still went down to Bourbon Street. Bourbon Street is it's bad. It is not fun to be at. I don't understand what people are into.
What is on it? Just bars and stuff?
Yeah, just dirty bars, and... Did
you collect any beads?
No. I mean, it was in September. There was no bead collecting.
Okay.
And it was... it was just awful. I just thought it was just this...
Really?
But
I'm going to come back with a different experience.
I'm sure that you will. I'm sure that you will. But I did not care for my time in New Orleans at all.
There's this person, I looked this up, and she will do tarot cards and from a crystal ball, and she does it, what's it called? Where they come to you.
Yeah.
Mobile. In a Hertz. So she's got this big Hertz, and then you come inside almost like a taxi. You don't really carry the bodies? That's a hearse, right?
A hearse. Okay.
Oh God.
I was like, they rented a car? At Hertz rental car? I didn't understand.
Oh my God, my bad. Sorry. No.
That's my fault.
I'm glad I cleared that up with the dead body thing.
Yeah, I mean it's a hearse.
My bad. I did say Hertz. See, I did say that.
And that's why I was like, I went straight to the car rental company. She rents a van? I don't understand.
No.
Why don't you get in the back of my van for a reading?
No, where you carry the dead bodies.
Yeah.
So I want to do that.
Okay.
Anyway, so I am actually doing that. I'm doing that in March before
Sweet.
our anniversary. So I cannot wait. I'm going to do all those things. And hopefully it holds up to my favorite travel destination, or I'll add a new one.
Yeah. I mean, So one of the things I really did enjoy doing while I was there was they had the National World War II Museum.
Oh.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll check that out.
It's
after
worth after
her psychic
yeah.
lady and the voodoo dolls and the gluten-free beignets.
Yeah. Oh, I saw the food was great, for sure. A couple of the cocktail bars were good. Yeah, I mean, the music was okay, but yeah, just the overall vibe of the city. Also, every single cab driver is like, "Do not go walking anywhere. You will get murdered."
Really?
Oh yeah, it is a dangerous city as well. You kind of always have to be looking out for yourself.
I might have to do a little research.
Yeah.
I am bringing security, aka my husband.
Yeah.
So I'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll probably be all right, but just head on a swivel. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, next. What is your favorite movie soundtrack? Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead if you have something.
I do.
Okay.
It's funny. It's Moulin Rouge.
That's not funny. That's good. I get that.
I don't like musicals at all. And for whatever reason, I like to watch a movie once. And I'm like, I already know what's up. I'm good. I never need to see it again.
Yeah.
I watched Moulin Rouge all the time. I loved all those songs. I loved everything about it. I love Nicole Kidman. And I listen to those songs so much, even still sometimes today. The Roxanne.
Then I have a very special event for you. They're showing Moulin Rouge at the Broadway this Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A couple of my friends are going.
Really?
Yeah. So
what time is it at?
I'm not sure.
I mean, I have to go to my booty camp, but maybe I don't.
Well, I mean...
It must be later then.
Yeah, it'll be later. It'll be probably 7:30 or 9:30
Yeah, I'm in.
Something.
That sounds so fun. I want to do that for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to trivia on Wednesday, but...
Oh, yeah.
But
I'll go.
They're screening Moulin Rouge.
Just kidding.
I mean, I can put you in contact with my friends who are going. I'm sure they would allow you to join.
They would scratch that. Allow you to.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, they don't know you.
That's true. I corrected yourself immediately. They would not like that. They might allow you to.
I'm
just kidding. That sounds awesome. I will see if they will allow me to come.
Fair enough. I mean, I would say that. I would say, I don't know what my favorite soundtrack would be. So this is gonna be weird. And I'll probably tell you about my kind of music taste. The Daredevil soundtrack. Okay. Which Daredevil, the horrible movie with Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner. It was a really bad movie, but the soundtrack is great. Oh. If you're into early 2000s nu metal, which I am.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, so that was a really great soundtrack that I listened to a ton growing up, which is hilarious because of the movie being so bad.
Yeah.
Also, Batman Forever, Kiss from a Rose by Seal. Oh, that's a classic. Love that one. Okay. Or The Wedding Singer. Obviously, The Wedding Singer.
Oh, incredible that was a good movie. I don't remember any of the songs from it, though. Like I said, one movie, one and done. Don't care again. For some reason, Moulin Rouge, though. I'm excited about that. Now that's all I'm thinking about is this Wednesday. Yeah. How am I going to go to that? Okay, next. What's your favorite animal? This is a two-parter. Your favorite animal as a pet.
That would be. Cat? I mean, it's my current cat. He's the best.
Okay, you can't pick your current.
Why not? He's awesome.
It's a general idea of a pet, not one specific pet. Obviously, I'll pick my pets too.
Yeah.
If you could have one more pet.
I mean, I would definitely get just another cat.
What kind of cat? A hairless one?
I would love to get a Sphinx cat. That would be awesome. Absolutely. So they actually have one at my vet. They have a bunch of just office cats.
Yeah.
And one of them is a hairless cat. And I got to pet him and I was like, oh, this is the best. I would absolutely get a hairless cat.
Oh my
I think
gosh.
they're awesome.
Is that why it's going on my algorithm right now? Been hanging out with you too much?
I mean, I doubt it. It's not on my algorithm at all.
Okay. There's these hairless cats. They're so the Sphinx ones. They're so loving and they just crawl up on you. And,
I think they're just trying to steal your warmth.
That's true. They're probably
They're like, I'm cold, man. What'd you do with my fur?
You have to get them like little sweaters in the winter. It's actually kind of cute. I would love to dress my pets up. They do not like that because they're too big.
Yeah, I'd definitely say like,
just another cat.
I'm definitely a cat person. I like dogs too, obviously. Like, your dogs are great. They like me too, I think.
They do like you, very much.
But yeah, I would, for me, for what I like to have around, like I want a cat I like a cat that like likes people too.
Oh yeah.
Like obviously, yeah, like when you have those cats that if someone shows up, they're just under a bed and for 4 hours, like, do you have a cat? It's like, well, I do, but you will never see them. It's like, why do you have a cat?
I mean, they probably come out when they're there.
Probably.
So at least that's okay.
I have a couple friends who have 2 Maine Coons as well.
They're huge, right?
They're so big and they're awesome.
Oh, I love those.
I love those cats.
They're just big and fuzzy.
Yeah.
If I got another cat, it would be one of those big furry ones. But it's a lot of work. You have to brush them and stuff. And I'm not really into that, doing work for them. I think if I had another pet, I would pick a dog. But it would be, I would love to have like a big bulldog or something, or like a boxer.
Yeah.
But all the dogs with really short hair make me really allergic. So I can't do that. So... But that's what I would want. And like at boot camp, or I guess boot camp, Canna brings her like big bulldog. And when I first went there, I would get hives anytime I touched him. Yeah. So I've been doing like, what's that called, where you like keep pushing yourself into it. So
just exposure therapy.
Yeah. So I used to wear a sweater at first and like just die of heat stroke basically. And now I'm like, no, I'll touch him. And I don't get hives anymore.
Well, that's good.
So I think I can get a bulldog. I think that's how that works.
Yeah, probably. No, I would love to get. Or I love like really like the really big dogs and stuff like the Bernese Mountain Dog.
Yes. Oh, I love them.
Those guys are awesome.
I was thinking about doing like a Bernese Mountain Dog, but mixed with a poodle, so it's like the Bernedoodle.
Yeah.
But then they just look like a classic doodle, and I like the look of the regular Bernese with an N. Yeah. I think I've been saying Burmese.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think they're coming from Burma, but you know.
I'm going to just say it fast enough. No one will notice. Like, did she? No. Okay. No. They're so cute, though.
They're so cute.
Are they like, is that Beethoven dog?
No, Beethoven's a St. Bernard.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, I like the Burmese.
So it's Cujo, by the way.
I've never seen that.
That's a dog that goes the other. That's a dog that's out of control.
Well, you really just turned that around.
So what's like your favorite animal overall? Like if you had
any animal?
Any animal.
That's a great question because I love every single animal. I don't think I could pick one. But what's funny is I was really I will say obsessed because I was obsessed. There's this like Miami Zoological Center, so I wanted to go to Miami so I could go to the Zoological Center because they had baby sloths. And you could hold them. Yeah. And like it's not like a Joe Tiger situation.
I went to a Joe Tiger situation. I'll tell you about that in a minute.
And they had you can have these experiences, but it was like a couple $100 per experience, and it's like 5 to 10 minutes, or I think it was like 5 minutes with all these animals, depending on what kind they were. You could hold like little whatever baby is happening at the time. They don't just like breed them like Joe Tiger so that they could do that. But so this sloth, I told my mom about it, and I was like, I really want to see this sloth. Yeah. So now she has it in her head that my favorite animal is a sloth. And no matter how many times I tell her no, she just keeps bringing sloth stuff over. Everything's she just brought me a sloth ornament, like sloth toys for the kids, or for the dogs. I was thinking about the toys that she's given me. She's giving me big stuffed animal sloth, and I'm just like, I don't love sloths. I just love all of them.
Maybe you should. I think maybe you should. Just embrace it. Embrace the sloths.
One. I didn't get to touch them though.
Oh, that sucks.
I held a baby kangaroo. Goats. I just love any animal.
I like animals too. I like kind of anything. But yeah, so my Joe Tiger experience. Yes. We were in Puerto Vallarta for I think it was for a buddy's wedding, and yeah, one of the things that there was a zoo nearby where you could go and hold like baby lions and tigers.
Oh my god!
I remember I don't remember if there was
Did
a
you
tiger.
actually hold them?
I absolutely did.
Oh,
I do not have a picture of this,
my
but
god.
it did happen. I know one of my friends has a picture of me holding a lion.
We need to see that.
And it's great. It was awesome. One of my friends who was pregnant at the time was bitten by a monkey while she was pregnant at this thing, and we're like, "Oh man, outbreak is happening!" It didn't happen. She was fine.
Oh my
Everything
god!
went great, but
did she get some shots after?
no, I think we just
like
we
whatever.
was like, well, I don't know,
what
we
it
get
is.
some weird Mexican monkey.
Oh my god! I would be panicking.
We were not sure what to do.
Was it a hard bite?
I don't remember.
A little nibble?
Like, I had nothing to do with it. It was just a
scary
story
enough.
that I heard about it. But yeah, it was hilarious.
God.
But that zoo was depressing. And as most zoos are, really, when you think about it. But yeah. So I don't know if it's good that we went and gave them money, because then it's like, hey, you can support the animals you already have, or is it bad to go because you're supporting them existing and having these animals on the premise? Because I remember walking through that zoo was like one of the most depressing zoo experiences. Like, I remember they had they had some like elk or deer in this like concrete pen that was not big enough for an elk or a deer. And we're just like, okay, this is... But then we did get to hold a baby tiger, so,
Sounds kind of nice.
Column A, column B.
Do you remember COVID, like in the heat of it, when Joe Tiger was like the...
I remember, I tried watching it. I just like...
You never watched it?
I watched like the first couple episodes, and I just...
it was crazy.
I just couldn't do it. It was just a bunch of people making horrible decisions.
Yeah.
But no one's like stopping it, know? And it's just, I don't know. I just think I had problems with it. It just felt, so much... It just felt so exploitative. Yeah. Even though obviously these were not good people anyways. I don't know. I don't know. It just feels weird.
I loved it. But they talked about like he went to jail or whatever because of like having these little baby tigers, and then when they got bigger no one wanted them and it cost a lot to take care of them, so they were unalived. That's bad.
And I do not support that.
No.
I was under the impression that the lions and tigers they were breeding at the Mexican zoo were probably going to like the exotic pet trade or something.
Oh my god. Which is so sketchy because those things can attack you.
Oh, 100%. I mean, even this small,
I'll take
like, 100%, absolutely. But yeah, even this like little lion, you're just like, it's still big. Like, and you just like look at his like claws, and you're just like, I think if he wanted to kill me, he probably could actually.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. This is a huge cat, essentially. Like, it's bigger than a Maine Coon.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, but I think I said it on a previous episode. Like, why haven't we bred like, domesticated jaguar-sized cats?
I think awesome. They would absolutely murder us.
Yeah, I don't think we could control one. That's why. But like when you look at a wolf, it's like a wolf is something. It's like, how did we like, we like linked up here? It's just like these giant dogs would follow us around, and why couldn't we? Why didn't someone befriend a tiger? That's all I'm saying.
I'll do it.
In the past. While we were evolving, why did our ancestors not get more friendly with tigers? That's
probably for the murderous aspect.
Yeah.
I don't think you have a cat.
I do.
You cannot convince the cat to sit and shake a paw.
He does what he wants.
No, exactly. Where a dog obviously does, and that's why that worked.
That's true.
Okay, next. Your favorite superpower.
Or like my favorite, or like what I would want as a superpower.
As you would want.
And I think, to me, the answer is like telekinesis, I think. Mm-hmm. Being able to move things with your mind. Like, I think that would be...
Why? That's like the laziest superpower, actually, now that I think about it. Like, I don't want to move if everything else could move around me without me.
Yeah, it'd be perfect. It'd be great.
I love that. I like that one. Well,
What about you?
Well, I'm going to pick,
We had this conversation earlier.
invisibility.
I mean, to me, that's the weirdest one. Like, do you know what it makes me think of?
What?
I don't know if you remember. Do you know American Idol? I think it was like season 2. There was like
I never really watched.
Okay, whatever.
Okay.
Clay Aiken.
Oh yes, Clay.
He came out with a song after that was like, "If I Was Invisible," and it's literally the creepiest song of all time. It's
really?
Like, if I was invisible, I would watch you in your room. Like, it was like the stalkeriest stalker song of all time.
Okay, I
It
want
was
to.
creepy.
I changed mine
It's
back.
creepy. I'm just like, but like, what else are you doing if you're invisible? You're just like, oh, I can sneak into things. It's like, why? What are you doing? It sounds like you want to be a supervillain, and you're just gonna go like steal things.
I think all my superpowers would sound a little bit supervillainy.
I mean, I imagine most things could be.
Yeah.
Put that way.
I mean, they're all. It's just
All
if you're
of them
good
are.
or evil.
It's true, but I don't know. What are you using your invisible powers for? Good. That's what I want to know.
Getting snacks.
I mean,
Sneaking snacks.
You have a job, Mariah. You can get snacks whenever you want.
I don't know.
You can just go out. Just go out and go out and buy a snack if you
you don't
want.
have to talk to anyone. You're just hidden.
You love talking to people. It's your favorite thing.
I don't know why I picked this one. Okay, I'll go back to persuasion without being a psychopath. Maybe you've seen The Boys. You haven't seen The Boys, have you?
I've watched the first season of The Boys.
Oh no, I'm thinking about not The Boys, the spin-off of like the teenagers.
Gen
V, yeah.
Yeah.
The one girl she has, like, she'll just like look into your eyes like a vampire would, and then they're just like, yes, I will do that thing. That one would be pretty sweet.
I mean, it would be.
It sounds a little bit like I would be crazy. I'm not. I just think it would be easier. Then I wouldn't have to do anything.
I mean,
I'd be like, Derek.
And my power was lazy. My power was just like, everything just moves around. It's like, at least I'm the one doing it. I'm like,
yeah, you're not trying to get someone.
Yeah, I'm not just like, hey, Mariah, why don't you get me the box over there?
Yeah. Why don't you
I can
give
just
me,
be like, box, boom.
Why don't you give me 10 grand?
Yeah.
Give me that watch.
I guess.
I don't know whether I don't want to fly because it's scary up there.
I mean, teleportation would be cool, obviously.
Oh, I have mine. I changed mine.
Okay.
I want to be, what's that guy in like the red suit? It's like a suit, like your super suit. So you could like go out in the forest. Nothing could get you. You could never burn. You could never. I want that. I want to have like superhuman, like you can't, nothing can get you.
You're okay.
That's what I would want. I changed my
like
mind.
Mr. Incredible from The Incredibles?
No. The other,
I'm trying to think of like a red suited superhero.
the red suit, and I feel like there's like yellow on it or something. And
Like
then,
Iron Man?
yeah, I want to be Iron Man. I want to be Iron Man. That's way better.
I mean, that's even better because he's not really a superhero. He's just
So I can do that.
yeah. You can. I mean, you can start now. Like
the Iron Man.
yeah, just start building your suit.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that. I'll ask ChatGPT.
Yeah, and just like, how would I go about building my own Iron Man armor?
That would be way better. Yeah.
I mean, that would be sick.
I don't want to. Then I don't have to convince anyone. I'll just go out and live in the forest. No animals can get you, but then you can get them. You can just cuddle them. They can't run away.
I mean, so okay, there's a superpower.
That's what
for
I would
you.
use my superpower for.
My superpower would
Collecting
be.
animals.
It's like, you're mine now.
I am not helping myself in this episode.
How about instead of that, your superpower could be talking to animals, being able to talk to animals.
That one's way better.
Yeah.
Changed it again. That's
Perfect.
my new one. That's
Yeah.
updated. Oh,
Then you could be like-
imagine? But what if they're really mean?
That would be the
like,
best. Man, I really
Get
wish.
out of here, bitch.
Like you find a genie, just like, I want to be able to talk to animals, and animals are like, fuck off.
Yeah. Like,
It's like, oh man.
oh, give me the suit back.
Yeah. It's like, oh sorry, man, you used your wish.
That would be pretty sweet, but also disappointing. I guess that's how that works, though, when you make the wish. It's always something that it's not exactly what you wanted. Oh. Can we skip to favorite Disney movie now?
Sure.
Aladdin. Aladdin is the best Disney movie, possibly the best movie of all time.
I do like Aladdin a lot, but I think mine would be Lion King. But, I mean, they're neck and neck for me. Like, Lion King and Aladdin would be probably top 2.
I love Aladdin. It's the best movie ever. Best songs, best storyline. Robin Williams.
Did you watch Aladdin 3?
No. Did we talk about this?
We've talked about this, I think. I don't remember if we talked about it on the podcast.
I don't know if we talked about it.
We may have. But yeah, you should watch the third one. It's with Aladdin and the King of Thieves.
For everyone out there, after we end the podcasts, we end up talking for like at least half an hour after about something else. So it's hard to remember what was actually in the show.
Yeah.
So we apologize.
But yeah, Aladdin and the King of Thieves, you should watch it because obviously Robin Williams left in the second one, which is why it was bad.
Yeah.
And then he came back for the third one, and it's so funny. It was one of my like most watched things growing up. But it's not like the best Disney movie by far.
Yeah.
But it is good.
I feel like I must have watched it like once, but I didn't own it. So obviously I wouldn't just keep rewatching it because then back then you just keep watching the same Disney movies over on your VHS.
Mm-hmm.
Just such a funny thing to think about now and like having to rewind it.
I think it's crazy like how many times they've had us buy all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, everyone owned all these movies on VHS.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, the DVDs are out now.
Blu-ray.
Then it's like Blu-ray. And now we're on to, well, now it's digital. And now it's like, well, you can, like, buy it, but you don't really own it. We're going to delete it now. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
There's nowhere to put it.
But I mean, it's the same with music, too, right?
Yeah.
You know, we've done the same thing. Like, records, 8-tracks, cassettes, CDs, mini discs.
Which is good for technology, but annoying for, like, just...
And now it's like you can't even own anything. Now everything's on subscription, or, like, it's a subscription. Like, I've avoided signing up for any of the streaming services. I still feel like it's my most like boomer quality of these. I'm not. I'm definitely a millennial for sure, but
you're an elder millennial.
Yeah, I am an elder millennial, but yeah, I just avoid all the new technology of like everything's on a subscription. You don't actually own anything.
Yeah.
Like I spent a lot of time building up the music that I like.
That's true.
And like that I own, and now I'm just like giving it away so I can pay someone $15 a month to listen to their music, which is funny because I do listen to Sirius XM, so I am paying a subscription to listen to music in my car.
It's kind of radio though, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not. You can't choose it.
Yeah.
But I love having like a subscription to like Spotify or something. Which you should do that because we're on Spotify.
We're on Spotify. Or Amazon Music.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to get on Apple.
Yeah, Apple's still giving us a hard time, so
yeah.
Hopefully we can figure that out someday. But
with Spotify, if you pay, you can have as many like playlists that you want. So I like that. So you can just like choose your music, put it in these little playlists. And to be honest, I'm probably going to get sick of it. So then I make a new playlist. And it's like new favorites, new favorites. Newest favorites. Favorites of the summer.
Okay, so what's your favorite song right now? Boom.
I don't know. But for some reason in my car, because I can never think of the name of a song, I ask it to play me Californication. I know. I just love the song. It's just such a chill song. I wouldn't even say it's my favorite. I just like listening to it. It's the first song that comes to my head when I'm asking Siri to play me something.
So would you say you have a favorite song? Like
Probably.
at all? Like overall?
Overall, no.
Yeah.
I have a favorite song of the time. But I'd have to check my Spotify to see what my top song on repeat right now would be.
Gotcha.
And I don't know what it is. You?
So right now I have been obsessed with a
Look
song.
at you, you're an influencer.
I am an influencer. And I hope this takes off because I have been really loving this song, and I don't think it's. I think It's something. It's getting played on Octane right now, but it does not feel like a hard rock song at all. It's called DeLorean, and it's a song. The band is Galleons, which
I'll never.
Yeah,
I'll have to listen to. You have to send this to me.
Man, it's so good. It gives me that like kind of early 2000s kind of like emo band kind of feel to it.
Okay.
But it's more like techno, and like there's a little bit of rock in it, but it doesn't.
Weird.
I've been listening to it nonstop the last like couple weeks. I've been loving it.
We never talked about me following you from work the other day.
Yeah. What was going on there? You were like killing yourself.
Killing myself.
It seemed like you were like having the best time.
What do you mean?
I saw you. Yeah, no, you pulled up next to me. It looked like you were just like laughing maniacally.
I was like, I found you.
I mean, I have a bright orange car.
I know. I wasn't sure if it was you, but I pulled up and I saw you. I was like, it's me.
What's funny is because I knew it was you forever.
Before I got there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I only knew when I came up.
Oh, no. I could tell it was you following me for a long time.
Oh, my God. I had no idea.
That's why when you like pulled it next to me, I thought that you knew that I was me.
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. That's actually really funny. In my black SUV.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. We raced for a minute.
Yeah, we did.
Or not a minute, like 1 millisecond. And then I was like, oh, I'm old. I'm gonna get in trouble for this. Okay. I guess what's your favorite pop artist band then? Now that we're on music.
Okay. Well, I mean, my favorite band like ever.
Oh yeah.
Or
I was gonna say like 90s-ish kind of like you like the old school bands. You know, like feels like Britney Spears, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Christina Aguilera.
Oh, that I mean, I was never in that genre at all. Really,
none of them.
No, I was not like a pop music kind of guy.
Really,
growing up at all. No.
Bye, bye, bye.
I mean, I know all the songs, and I will sing along with them, 100%. But yeah, I was always like that too cool for pop music kind of thing, right?
Of course.
But now it's just kind of like music's music, right?
Yeah.
But still, I wouldn't say I listen to, pop music now either.
Yeah.
But I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like it's so. I'm not really into the pop music right now either. It was just like. That's why I don't know like the actual bands or songs. There was like Sophie Tucker when we went to Vegas. One of the girls I was with was like, "We gotta check out Sophie Tucker," and I was like, "I don't know who that is, but whatever. That sounds fun."
Yeah.
And we went to it, and I was like, "Oh my God, I know like 80% of these songs because I just listened to that type of music, but like on playlists."
I wouldn't say that I know who that is at all.
You for sure would.
Okay.
When you like, yeah. And I was like, it was like the best surprise ever. And I'm not a concert person, as you know. And we went there and I was just like, another one. I love this song. I had the best time ever. That'd be like my favorite concert ever. I had so much fun.
I remember I remember when the Eagles were playing at in Regina, and like our office obviously has like tickets to that stuff.
Yeah. And
so I went with a coworker of ours. I won't say who it was, but they're like, I just came. I don't know if I'll know any of these songs. I'm just like, you will know every single song they play, 100%. And she did. Because
so funny.
Because like the Eagles are just like iconic.
Yeah.
But even if you don't know that you know the songs,
yeah,
you know the songs.
I feel the same. I can't think of any song, but I probably would know something.
Yeah, you would know tons.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, no, I grew up listening to like rap and hip hop, and so like I wasn't like listening to Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera or the Backstreet Boys or anything. Which again, now it's just kind of like they made a lot of good music,
Yeah. Super poppy.
Yeah.
Okay, another one?
Sure.
What's your favorite kind of shoes?
My favorite shoes? I don't know. Ones that fit. And
comfortable.
Oh, okay, so that was funny. When we were in New Orleans, we were walking down Bourbon Street, and some dude who was obviously like scamming, came up and was like, "Oh man, I love your shoes." I'm just like, "I'm wearing Skechers, man. We both know my shoes are awful. Like,
Comfortable.
they're comfortable. I can walk around forever. But like, there's nothing nice about these shoes."
Yeah. Trying to scam you.
Yeah, he was trying. I don't know what he was trying to do. He just wanted to like clean them, or I don't know what his thing was, but. Because, like, another person earlier had also tried to do the same thing, so I don't know what their angle is, but...
Just, like, to start a conversation, maybe?
Yeah, start a conversation so they can move on to do something else. And I was just like, man, bro, we both know my shoes are bad. Like, don't pretend...
Yeah.
Like, don't pretend like this is...
I don't think Skechers shoes are bad, but they're not, like, Nikes. They're not, like, an actual...
It's not, like, a trendy thing. Yeah, someone was not going to go, oh, man, love your shoes. It's like...
Yeah.
They're like blue. Like, what are you talking about?
Blue shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So what are your favorite shoes?
Heels, of course.
Of course.
I always think about that, like, Barbie where it's like the heel or the Birkenstock. Just like heel. Heel every time. Like, oh, you want the Birkenstock. And I was like, have you ever seen me wearing these? Birkenstock? I don't even know.
I think that's right.
Birkenstock?
Birkenstock, yeah.
Like, you better check in on me because I am not doing well. I will never be caught wearing those. Although I did wear my husband's like waterproof ones when we were on our trip in BC because I wanted to go in and see the starfish. So I was like wearing them down there. I was like, don't dare take a picture.
You want to just
I tell you about the
starfish? No.
So we were in BC, so you're like by the ocean.
Yeah.
And we rented a cabin there.
Yeah.
And the water would kind of come in and out. They didn't tell you this?
No.
Because the water will come in and out. So when we got there, it was like a little bit later, so it was in, and you could see all these purple starfish. I thought I was losing my mind. I was like, this is crazy. Like, this is such a, like, it's supposed to be like a good omen or something. Like, oh my gosh, purple starfish. What does this mean? This is so cool. And then
it's like, they're poisonous.
The next morning, I was like, I'm not going to touch them. Whatever. The next morning, the water has come out, and all these starfish are beached. I was like, oh my God.
I need to save all the starfish. Oh no.
Oh my God. I was like, they suicided themselves. So we thought it was so good. And now they're all dead. And there was like 20 of them. And I was like almost in tears. I did not cry because I was so shocked by this. And I even picked one up with some tongs and tried to throw it back in the water. And I was like looking it up. And starfish can't be out of water for like, I think it said like seconds or like a minute or something. So I'm like, they're all dead. Yeah. And they're like getting all crusty and old. And I'm heartbroken all day until the water comes back up and they start moving again. I was like,
Google.
So
never right.
So I Googled it and turns out they're different type of starfish that can live out of the water for 8 hours.
So that one you actually threw back in the water probably died. It was like, it needed that cycle. It needs to dry off for a bit and then...
It can live. It doesn't
and then it was just like... This starfish is like, I was dried out perfectly, and then this bitch.
But the thing is, when you see a full-size starfish, they're 5 years, and they can live up to 35 years. I learned a lot about these guys. So I was like, you are at least 5 years old, and you guys all came to this beach today to die? That can't be good. That can't be good.
That's a different kind of omen.
Yeah, so it's like, so yeah, so... I don't know what I was talking about for that reason, the starfish. Why were we talking about that? Oh, the shoes, the Birkenstocks.
Yeah.
So I had to go there daily and check on my starfish and just see what they're up to. And there's little hermit crabs in there. But that's the only time those types of shoes are useful.
Or just
not in public.
Just generally just walking around.
I mean, you do whatever you want to do, but I'm gonna do what I want to do. It's gonna be heels for me. They're just so much more comfortable. I feel like it's just like kind of just like a little bit lifted up.
So I feel like no one thinks that. No one thinks that heels are more comfortable but you.
When I wear flat shoes, I feel like my feet are slapping on the ground. I'm like, what is this? Like, I feel like I don't know, a penguin. Don't their feet slap the ground?
Sure.
I hate it.
I don't know. I feel like if you're on heels, you're just always just like tiptoeing around everything.
It's amazing. Like, I love to tiptoe.
It's just like I'm sneaking.
Yeah, I want to sneak around. I want to be invisible. Yeah, I want to be in heels. I don't like it. Okay, I'll do two more.
Okay.
What's your favorite board game?
I mean, that's tough. You know I love board games.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, it's a good question.
Oh man, that is difficult.
Do you want me to go so you can
Yeah.
think about
I'll
it?
think about it.
I think my favorite board game is actually, I was going to say I like Scrabble. I do actually really like Scrabble.
I like Scrabble.
No one ever wants to play with me though, so I should find other games. But I really like Sequence.
Sequence is fun.
Yeah. I don't like playing Sequence with you because you're too good at board games.
I just think it's funny that you think that I'm really good at Sequence, which is 1,000,000% luck. There's like a little bit of strategy, but like for the most part,
But the game we played, you're like, I already won.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wanted to finish this game.
Well,
like, I already won. Here.
I hadn't actually won yet. I was just set up very well, and like you hadn't seen the rest of my hand, and I was in good shape. But no, I don't know. Like, so my friends and we play a ton of board games, and I think one of my favorites that we played a ton of, and we just don't play it anymore because I think we just beat it into the ground, like of games, was obviously, well, there's two.
Snakes and Ladders.
No, definitely not. Well, Settlers of Catan, obviously, I think is like the gateway drug to more complicated board games.
Okay.
Like, it's when we were in university, we had a group of guys who got together. Like, we would just play for hours and hours all the time. And yeah, it just we had our own like house rules that we played with.
Oh, fun.
That, that made it like more difficult or just more punishing on, if you were wrong or like on,
Yeah.
anytime like the robber steals things, he steals from everybody. It's not just whoever they pick. It's just like you steal something from everybody, all that stuff.
Okay.
But then one of the things we went to after that was Seven Wonders. And that was another thing that we played just until it was dead. Like we had expansion packs to it.
Oh my god.
And kind of like expansion packs are great for board games, but they will also kill your board game. Because it's the same, like for Carcassonne, another like super fun board game where my friend had all the expansion packs. And it's a game where the base game only takes like 30 to 40 minutes to play.
Yeah.
We were playing, the games took 2.5 hours because we were playing with every single expansion.
Oh, yeah.
And it just got so complicated that it became like no one wanted to get out the box of stuff.
It was too much.
And we did the same with, there was like a Marvel deck building game where it was, again, we played a ton. Then we started like adding expansions. And then it was like no one just wanted to set up the game just because you had to, we now have to separate all these cards back out again and put it. It just got frustrating. But right now, one of my favorite games is a game called Shassin. Okay. And this is is a Kickstarter game. So my friend is like really big into like supporting Kickstarters and stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's a game that combines like Risk with Scruples.
I don't know.
So Scruples, it was basically just a game from like the 80s where it was just, here's a moral dilemma, and then people would say what they would do in that sort of situations.
You would love that.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's really funny to go back now and see some of the questions that are in that game. Because it's from the time from before political correctness was a thing. So if you find an old version of Scruples, just prepare yourself.
Keep that to yourself.
But in Shassin, it's like you're answering moral questions based on how you can use that to get votes. So it's like you're not necessarily saying how you would answer the question.
Yeah.
You're saying how would a politician answer this question that would get them support, and then you can use that support to put pieces on the board. And it's super complicated, but it's really, really fun.
Have you played Dungeons and Dragons?
I never have. So I've done a lot of very nerdy things in my life, but I'd never...
Because I feel like you're saying a lot of things that are very similar to that.
For sure. And I have some friends now who do D&D, but I was just not part of those groups growing up who played that stuff.
Yeah.
So I've never done the Dungeons and Dragons stuff, but I would be open to it. I'm Dungeons and Dragons curious, I guess is what you'd say.
D&D curious.
Yeah,
I love it.
but no, I like all that stuff. But what we play often is just like cooperative games, like Pandemic, and we've played a lot of like some of the legacy games. There's
You play a lot of board games.
yes.
I was like, Scrabble.
Like so, and they'll be listening to this podcast anyway. So I'll just tell. We would get like we have a group of people that we get together on long weekends, and that's all we do. Like
Let's play different board games.
yeah. So we have, and we're kind of spread out. Like my one friend lives in Edmonton, that couple of friends live in Regina, and then I live here.
Yeah.
So we don't, but we're the like hardcore board game people, and so like for a long weekend, like we just get together and we just literally wake up, start board gaming until like the night.
Yeah.
So that's what we do on long weekends.
That's so fun.
So that's why I was like, we also really like cooperative games where, we're playing with each other and not against each other.
Yeah.
But we do obviously do like those games too. And Shasan's definitely a very adversarial game and not a cooperative game. But what I was going to say is the like Pandemic Legacy series, where it's like your board game changes as you play it.
So weird.
So they're super good, but you need that group of people to play those games.
Continuously, yeah.
Because, it's like you have to play the game like 10 times to get through the full story, which if you're trying to get a group of people together 10 times to play a board game, whereas we would just sit down and play the whole thing in a weekend.
Oh my God.
And it was super fun because like you don't forget how to play. And you just kind of get better at it as you go.
Yeah.
Whereas, if you just like have to revisit, it's like, what were we doing? And,
and start over.
But the legacy games are super fun if you have people who are into it.
I feel like I have a couple board games I should give you because I bought them and I was like, that's too many instructions.
we have a lot of games that involve a lot of instructions.
You like these easy games?
Yeah.
Okay, last question.
Okay.
This one's the real good one.
Perfect.
What's your favorite YouTube channel?
Well, I mean, I've heard a really good one. I think it's called Optimism on the Rocks.
Oh, yes. I love that one.
It's a great channel.
I love it. That's my favorite one,
yeah.
too.
I mean, how could anything be better?
I actually can't even think of another one. Do you have another one besides us, obviously?
Yeah. I mean, I guess.
What is it?
So, I mean, this is going to be really weird.
I can't wait.
So I don't really watch television. I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube, and one of the guys that I watch a lot of right now is a guy called Northern Lion. Okay. He basically just plays video games and stuff, and
you just watch him.
I just like watch him, but he's really funny and entertaining.
Okay.
And he does a lot of like the daily game stuff, but like his commentary is very funny and I enjoy it. Okay. So I listen to a lot of his stuff right now, but
I like it.
If you're into streamers or stuff like that, he's one of my favorites, and he's a Canadian guy. So
I've never got into that. I like playing the game, not watching them play.
I think it probably comes from growing up in a video game household where we only had one console. Right. So it's like you take turns. I grew up like watching my brother play all the time, and I still found enjoyment in that. Right. Whereas
I guess I was the one making my brother watch me.
Yeah, so your brother probably like loves Twitch.
Probably. Yeah. That's actually really funny.
Which is not to say that Steve ever like stopped me from also playing games. I played lots of video games with myself, but yeah. But I remember, like, I had no problem just sitting there watching him play either.
Cool.
So.
I'd rather play the game.
Yeah. I think this episode actually is quite long.
It is. Oh, God. It's very long.
Yeah. So we'll probably wrap it up.
That's what happens when you talk about your favorite things.
It's true.
It can go on forever because it's our favorite things. Maybe not your favorite things. But tell us if you have any of your favorite things that you want to talk about. And
tell us how wrong we are about our favorite things. Let us know.
Yeah, I dare you. You can talk about his, but not mine. Just kidding. Mine are obviously correct.
Perfect.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.